Hi, welcome to the Dragon's Cave. My name's Karen. Today I've got this new dragon mold. Never done this one before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the mold with, what have I got? I've got red, orange, yellow chameleon powder, a red, purple, blue, and a green, blue, purple. So I'm going to paint this all up with powder, back it in black resin, and hope for the best. Okay, let's get my brushes. I'm going to start with the red, orange, yellow. I'm going to try and get that down the spines here and in the horns on the head. Then, yeah, think about the rest as we go along, really. I'm to try and get this done as neatly as possible. I don't want it spreading too much, but it's already flying everywhere. Mica powder has a tendency to do that, unfortunately. Doesn't actually matter. It might give a nice kind of blended effect, hopefully, as long as it's only a little that goes to the sides. This is one of the lovely squishy molds. Unfortunately, I find they are harder to clean any overspill off than the solid ones. And not to get too much on the brush at a time, to kind of try and avoid it doing this. I think you can see it's just the static that causes that. One of the very good things about these molds is that you can bend it so that you can really get in there a lot better. Hope I'm in camera shot. I think I am. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to have to do quite a bit of cleanup on this before I start the next colour. Trying to get into, there we go. Get right into the horns. Could do with a few more hands, really. Oops. Sprung back on me there. I could really do with a couple of extra hands to hold the mould open while I paint. I'm wondering if it might have been better to mix the mica powder with some alcohol and do it that way. It's too late now. I've started, so I'll finish. Oops. You can probably hear this crackling. I've got actually some plastic underneath this because what I have found with these molds is they tend to do something really odd to the silicone mats and they kind of bubble up a little. Assuming it's to do with the liquid content, but I really don't know. Oops, far too much on there. That's going to be a right mess to clean up. So I'll just finish these horns and I'll pause while I clean up a bit, ready before I do the next colour. I used this colour on my previous dragon video, so I already know it is a really nice colour when it comes out. I've used both the other colours as well, but I can't actually remember what this one comes out like. They were just cheap powders that I got from Temu. Just make sure, oh no, got quite a bit more to do in the spines. Oh, grief. Yeah, my hands are too small. I've actually got very small hands. Sorry about the crackling. Yeah, I'm going to go all the way down into the tail with this. I'll get this done, this colour, I'll clean it up and I'll come back to you when I'm doing the next colour. Okay, see you in a minute. Bye. Okay, I've got that part just cleaned up as best I can. So what I think I'm going to do is the wings here and the head I'm going to do in this red, purple, blue. And then for the rest of the scales and the body, I'm going to use the green, blue, purple. I decided to do the feet in the same colour as the spines, but I could only find 3, so I assume he's sleeping on the other one. So yeah, let's move on. This one. Nearly did the wrong one then. So when you paint a mould with mica powder, it's usually only the first colour that went down, you'll see. So it doesn't matter if the other goes on top of it. Of course, now that I've said that, you can guarantee it'll go wrong. That's just the way things are with me. Try and get this worked in. It doesn't seem to have as good coverage as the other one, but it's going on okay. I'm hoping, kind of turned my workroom around and I've put my table under the window. I'm hoping that it will mean the lighting is better for you. Unfortunately, it also means I'm closer to the door, which means there'll be a little more traffic noise. The microphone should cut most of it out, but there you go. You probably heard that. I'll find out when I play back. Sorry, I'm out of shot there, aren't I? Yeah. Don't know where all this traffic comes from all of a sudden. I can be sat here for hours prepping and totally dead quiet. The second I turn my camera on, people are racing down the road like madmen. Or mad women. Not sure about this, but I think it's part of the wing, so I'm going to cover it anyway. Okay. Finish this other wing. Obviously I'll need to do some more cleanup because, again, static. Doesn't help that I am overloading my brush a little bit, because trying to get this done in the next hour or so. I have got a house full of visitors, so I kind of feel a bit guilty being out here when, well, they're okay. They're sat out by the pool soon. Although my daughter has been helping me with the rearranging of the craft room and tidying up, and also doing my gardening. I don't have a lot of garden. It's mostly paved, but you still get a lot of weeds in between the paving, so she's been pulling all that for me. Okay, I think I've covered all the necessary parts. Now I need to clean off the unnecessary parts. Back in a sec. Bye. Okay, that's that part done. This will be the last part of the painting, and then I can get my resin mixed up. I mean, despite how orangey it looks, I know that this does come out a really nice blue. More of a greeny blue, really, but after all this cleaning, I think I've got more mica powder actually under my nails than I have on the mould. Oh, and I can see where I've knocked some off there. Just bear with me a second, I'll get the other brush back out. That'll be a little bit of the wet wipe hitting the mould as I was getting down in there. Not a complete disaster, thankfully. Put that to one side in case I accidentally use the wrong colour to paint the mould with. I'm hoping you can see this. I think I've got it in shot. What I really don't want is any gaps in the powder, but it doesn't really matter. Excuse me. I can always paint over it. If the colours don't come out the way I want them to, I can always use. I've got some nice gold and silver pens I can use to touch up in various areas, like the feet and the spines, if they don't come out exactly how I want. It's kind of important to make sure, though, that you work mica powder in reasonably well. So one of my guests appears to be running water in the apartment, which is above the garage, which is obviously my workspace. I think they've stopped now. Either that was a very quick shower or she's washing the dishes. Okay, I think I've got everywhere covered. I'm just going to go and mix up my resin, and I'll be back again in a few. Bye. Okay, we're back with the resin mixed up. Oops, hang on 1 second. Yep, microphone is on. So what I'm going to do, I've mixed my resin up with, I've used black mica powder this time. It's been on the heat mat, so it's warmed up nicely. I'm just going to spray a little alcohol in. So I want to try and make sure I get into the horns on the little bits there. So I'm going to put a little bit of the black resin, try and drip it into the horns first. Really don't want to get air bubbles in there if I can avoid it, obviously. Don't really want air bubbles anywhere, but horns are the worst place to get them. So just dropping a little bit in down the spine. Excuse me. Right. So what I'm going to do now, because the mold is deeper than my resin technically should go, and honestly at this depth I don't think I've ever had a problem with it. Just bear with me a second. Phone's ringing. Turn that off. Sorry about that. What was I saying? Oh yes, I'm going to use this black decorative sand to bulk out the resin, partly to avoid it getting too hot, obviously because it's deeper than it should go, but mainly for the same reason I almost always do this, which is to save on the amount of resin that I use. Just wanted to get that first bit in there because I didn't really want, the sand will create more bubbles than you would normally have, even if you stir it well. You'll still find it's a little bit bubblier than it would otherwise be. This actually, I use Resin Pro iCrystal. This is what I use for most things, but it's very good in terms of bubbles. You don't get an awful lot. Okay, let's start with that. Let's see how we get on. I can't actually see what I'm doing because I'm trying to make sure you're in shot. Okay. Right, so I can already see I'm going to have to level this mold. My son-in-law actually made me this leveling table this morning, and I know that the board I'm working on is perfectly level, but you can already see it's almost at the top of the mold here, and there's still quite a gap at this side. I'm going to find something to prop underneath here. Start with these lollipop sticks. See how we get on with those. Try one at a time. Oh, that already looks better. Let's try that and see if I need to pop anything else under there. Nope, it's still going to need a little higher. Oops. So difficult doing things with gloves on. It's just not a good idea to work without them. Okay, where's my little... I use these little micro brushes, usually pull the little fluffy bit off the end, just to kind of encourage the resin round into those little corners. Make sure we're right in the toes. Yeah. Drop more in there. Looks like I worked pretty well. I'm making a mess though. That's not unusual for me. Okay, I have to put this side up a touch more. Don't think it's enough to need another lollipop stick, but just get it up just a little there. You see, I've usually got some bits of cardboard and things laying around just for this very reason. Okay. This end seems to be fine, but you can see here Still needs more resin here, but we're coming. Okay, that looks to be about it. Just finish this off, and I will see you for the demold. Bye. Morning. Ready to demold the dragon. Really excited about this one. I haven't done this one before, so yeah, let's see how it went. Let's get that off out of the way. It's really annoying noise. Lovely soft squishy mould, so it's easy to demold. Put that there. Okay, moment of truth. Oh my goodness, he is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that, those colours are amazing. You see a few little bits, like I think here probably should have been this colour, but overall I am really thrilled with that. Just going to paint some detail on his face, get a few pictures, and see you for the next one. Bye.